This week was really hard, so I kept myself really busy working and also studying. And if you ever curious to know what I do, you can always follow me on my business social media. But let's get to how my week was. Hello, hi! As I told you guys, this is gonna be my personal diary. This week was really hard. The world does not teach you that it will be hard for you to one day have children. It's quite the opposite, right? So, like every movie that you watch or everything that you see, it's always like, be careful or you're gonna get pregnant. Be careful or you're gonna get pregnant. It's always that insane amount of be careful and rules and so much things attached to it, especially when you're in your teenager years. Like so many girls in my school got pregnant, a few of my family got pregnant, and they were all very young. The society is always telling you how to be careful and be careful all the time, but they do not prepare you for the hardship that it is when you cannot get pregnant so easily. And for some people, like, they get pregnant so easily, like they blink, boom, they're pregnant, because it is easy and it's supposed to be easy. What most people don't understand when you're going through infertility for years, and what most people say with the intention of helping you is, don't worry about it, or just relax and it will happen. That does not happen. It's not because you relax that it will happen. It's not because you forget that it will happen faster. And when that becomes like something that you want so bad, it's really hard for you to forget. It's like when you have a dream, everything that you do is with the intent of achieving that dream. And I know that people say like that with the best of like intentions in their heart, but it still hurts, when you hear people saying like, just relax, don't worry about it. It just makes you feel like you're the cause of what is happening because you want that so much, and because you can't relax, for that purpose you are kind of sabotaging yourself. It is easy for people to say like all of those things. They're not like having to go through the same things that you are going, when you're not the only one frustrated, but your husband also is, like. So it is all very hard, and it's all very heartbreaking. This week was a little hard for me. I guess what it got me the most is like my doctors. They are very competent in what they do, but they also don't care, like, or they don't really care. Um, they want you to get pregnant, of course, but it's gonna be on their time, their terms, like whenever they have time, like to do it. And they take like an excruciating long time to do anything. So like that is what gets me the most. So I'm on medication because I have to wait for my doctor to give the green light and for us to set up the whole schedule. And that has been 3 weeks now that I'm on this green light, and he just have to set up a date for the procedure. He doesn't have time because like he's a busy doctor. And yes, I have looked for other clinics and stuff. For you to go to another clinic is pretty much starting the process all over. You have to go for your initial consultation, and then they're going to ask for a ton of exams and stuff. And because I'm going with this clinic and they already know my case, a lot of the exams they didn't ask for me to do it again because like they knew that it was good. But if I go to another, then is another battery of exams that they are gonna need because it needs to be more recent. And then not only that, but then they're gonna have to come up with their own conclusions, and that is all gonna take days. So like, what do? Do you stay with your doctor and just wait for them to like give you a green light? Do you look for other clinics? Maybe they will be faster, maybe they will even take longer. So it's just like a lot of waiting around and a lot of not your decision, but none of this have been my decision. So I think the hardest thing for me right now this week, nothing is on my control. Nothing. I have to literally wait for everyone's decision, and that is not even my decision, and that affects me and my husband so much, but it's none of our decisions. Sometimes I feel like I act like a Karen because like I text my doctors and I text my nurses like constantly because I want to know when is the date, what medicine should I pick up, like, or when should I stop my medicine, when should I refill something. And I just feel like extremely nosy and like sometimes annoying, but at the same time, like, sometimes if I don't go after them, they also will not come after me because, like, I guess is my responsibility, or like it's my goal, it's so like this week I'm just frustrated because I want this to go so fast, and it's not even about the procedure, it's about knowing the results, because if it doesn't work, then I can like start moving on and planning other things. It's just the waiting feels like an eternity. And when like somebody gives you hope for something, like for example the IUI is a possibility that we can maybe get pregnant, I get so anxious because with infertility, it's always slim, tiny, tiny possibility. And you still hold on to that possibility, but, and it doesn't happen. And it doesn't happen in 1 month, 2 months, and then go a year. And then you're like, okay, now there is a next year. So next year has 12 months. I will get pregnant in one of those 12 months. But then it doesn't happen. You're like, okay, so 2 years go by, and then your third year go by, and you're like, oh my gosh, it might take like even more years. The more time it goes by, the less chances you feel like you will be able to get it right. It's just all very overwhelming. So I think this week I'm a little bit anxious, and I'm a little bit like out of patience because this medicine just gets me out of myself, and I feel very sensitive, like not in tune with myself. And I just want someone to come and say like, hey, we got a plan, let's follow this. But it's not that way, so I'm still getting used to all of the nicks and knacks of this journey. And it's not easy, but I am learning. I do learn every day. I learn something new. I learn something about myself. I learn something about patience, how sometimes to deal with some sort of like comment or some sort of advice that is supposed to come on nicely. It has just the opposite effect. So this video is about letting it out, letting my feelings out, letting all of this energy out. Maybe I'll start feeling better now, and I can have like a better week, a more productive week, because there is this thing scratching in the back of my head that it feels like it's only gonna go okay when the doctors say, let's go do this thing. So let's hope that he says that fast and that we can do this procedure soon. And when it happens and when I get my answer, I think if it's a no, then I will know that that wasn't the way that we were supposed to go. So then we can think about other plans. And if it is the way it's supposed to go, I can't even start processing how I will feel in that moment. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time.